This is All India Radio. Children's Hour.
Hello everyone, you're listening to All India Radio's Christmas special. I'm Srinidhi from grade 8A, your narrator and the person who may or may not have eaten a cookie meant for Santa. Today, we unwrap something more meaningful than gifts. We unwrap stories, we unwrap memories, and we unwrap the light we carry.
And I'm not alone. Joining me are 5 brilliant voices who will take you through a journey of warmth, wonder, and if we're lucky, some wisdom. Hello everyone. I'm Ela from class 8B, still catching my breath and trying my best not to sound like I just sprinted through traffic to reach the studio.
And I'm Madhav from class 8C. I brought my violin, not because anyone asked, but because the Christmas spirit told me to.
And I'm Unnati from class 8E, here to bring emotional depth and occasional chaos. The Christmas spirit really gets to me, and it also happens to be my birthday on that day. So it's double the cakes, double the gifts, and double the fun, with friends and family alike.
And I'm Anya from class 7E. My festive preparation peaked when I arranged my bookshelf in red and green, like my life depended on it. So now my bookshelf looks like a Christmas tree, which is next to my actual Christmas tree without the decorations.
And I'm Smriti from class 7C. I believe every festival is a mirror, showing us who we are, who we've been, and who we want to be. It sounds philosophical, but festivals are a time to pause, reflect, look back, and hope for the best.
And we're all students from National Public School, Rajajinagar. Beautifully said, everyone. So let's begin with a question that feels simple but isn't. What is Christmas really? Not just lights, not just winter, not just carols floating through the air like tiny little promises, not just cakes, not just mistletoe, and not just running around in the snow. It's all about our Christmas spirit.
Christmas is perspective. A reminder that even on the longest nights, light still chooses to appear. Cities don't seem to sleep. It might be snowing across the world, but spirits remain high and our hearts are warm.
Now, let's get into the history and meaning behind Christmas.
To understand Christmas, we need to go back, way back. The tradition of Santa Claus originated from stories of Saint Nicholas, a generous gift giver, and traveled across cultures through centuries, from ancient Europe to becoming the beloved figure we cherish today. And now we stay up all night trying to catch Santa Claus in the act of sneaking into our houses down the chimney.
Santa's home was established in the humble North Pole workshop, and that place has been cherished ever since. He is joined by an army of elves who help make and pack Christmas presents. Let us also not forget Santa's herd of reindeer, especially his favorite reindeer, Rudolph, with the bright red nose.
It is also believed that the elves help him prepare gifts for children around the world and celebrate with joyful songs and sparkling energy. Across the centuries, more traditions joined in. Yule logs from Scandinavia, evergreen trees from Germany, and carols from the medieval Europe.
Eventually, Christmas became a global celebration, not confined to any one religion, but embraced for the values it carries: kindness, generosity, and reflection. It is indeed the season to be jolly. There are countless number of Christmas movies that reflect the Christmas spirit, and it is not boring to watch them again and again.
Exactly. Christmas evolved into a season where humanity pauses, a moment to check in with ourselves. It's the only time where everyone seems to walk slower, smile easier, breathe deeper, shake a leg, do a twist, and smile again.
To me, Christmas is the world taking one big deep breath. Lights go up, music softens, and everyone becomes just a little nicer. If that isn't Christmas magic, I don't know what is.
Now, let us talk about Christmas around the world. And what's truly beautiful is how Christmas looks different everywhere you go. Different colors, different clothes, different shades, different tradition, different carols, and what is common is the shared love for food.
In Australia and New Zealand, Christmas comes in summer. No snowflakes, just beaches, barbecues, and bright outdoor celebrations. Santa sometimes arrives on his surfboard. Practical, stylish, and perfectly temperature appropriate. Meanwhile, in the Philippines, Christmas is called Pasko. It is one of the longest celebrations in the world, and it starts in just September and continues on joyfully for months.
4 months of carols. Honestly, iconic. In Mexico, there's Las Posadas, a 9-day celebration reenacting stories of famous Christmas characters, fairy tales, costume performances, and merrymaking.
Families sing, walk in processions, and break star shaped piñatas. It's festive and deeply symbolic. In Ethiopia, Christmas is called Ghana and celebrated on January 7th. Talk about celebrating Christmas just after New Year. More holidays, more cakes, and the weighing scales showing everyone gained a kg or two.
People wear traditional white clothing and gather at church from dawn, creating a serene, spiritual atmosphere. In Japan, Christmas isn't a national holiday, but people celebrate it with lights, dates, and fried delicacies.
Yes, fried food has become a Christmas tradition there. Similarly, in Germany, you will find Christmas markets, rows of wooden stalls selling handmade ornaments, warm pretzels, nutcrackers, and steaming mild beverages. And in Iceland, they have 13 Yule lads, mischievous characters who visit children one by one in December. Imagine Santa, multiplied and slightly unhinged, in the most festive way possible.
India too has its own flavor. Bright stars hanging outside homes in Goa, midnight mass in Kerala, fruitcake in every possible city, and a sense of togetherness that feels culturally familiar, even if the traditions are borrowed.
Different names, different customs, but one feeling: warmth, hope, light. Christmas may look different depending on where you stand on the map, but what it means is surprisingly universal.
Let's talk about something a little more light. After all, history would have been quite heavy. Christmas has its own quirks. For example, why do we hang socks? Who decided let's put gifts inside foot-shaped cloth bags?
Probably someone whose gifting skills were, let's say, creatively unconventional. Or just really lazy, trying to do something that looks cool in the last minute.
Or someone who washed their socks and thought, wow, that is a lot of space. And honestly, perfect for hiding last minute gifts. But I would prefer a very big gift hidden under my bed with a basket full of chocolates. Honestly, it's better than hiding gifts under pillows. That's how you lose a pair of earpods forever. And to be honest, I like gifts too. I like gifts in socks, on my study table, and everywhere, but only for me.
And speaking of Christmas quirks, I always think of the Grinch, a character practically allergic to joy, who still couldn't escape the season's charm. Even though the Grinch disliked Christmas, he joined in the celebration and became a hero in the end.
It's funny how even the Grinch, who looked like he needed therapy, vitamin D, and a vacation, ended up softening.
Exactly. Even the stories about anti Christmas characters end up reminding us how powerful the season's spirit is. We take the simplest things, a sock, a tree, a tiny bell, and somehow make them meaningful. That's the magic of festivals.
They turn ordinary, extraordinary, simple into super, and frowns into smiles.
Psychologists say festivals boost mental health. They give us a sense of belonging, stability, and nostalgia. All things we rarely pause to feel in our constantly moving lives. Exactly. Celebrations release dopamine, the feel good chemical. So, technically, decorating your room, attending gatherings, or even just sharing a meal is science approved happiness that genuinely uplifts us.
And it goes deeper. Sharing food, singing carols, giving gifts. These activate brain regions linked to trust and bonding, which is why community celebrations make us feel safe, seen, and supported.
It's also why people who don't celebrate Christmas still enjoy the ambience, lights, color, and music. These speak a universal language of comfort and a universal language of bonding, with the air smelling of pine trees and peppermint.
And festivals preserve culture too. Every celebration, whether Christmas, Diwali, Eid, Chinese New Year, or even a local fair, carries stories passed down for generations. They remind us where we come from.
And they bring people together. In a fast paced, digital world, festivals act like pauses, moments where families reunite, neighbors reconnect, and strangers share the same spirit.
There's an economic side too. Festivals support artisans, markets, performers, and tourism. Entire communities grow because people gather intentionally and wholeheartedly. And they spark creativity, art, music, decorations. Festivals give people a stage to express themselves. Some even lead the way in sustainability with eco friendly ideas and thoughtful traditions.
And yes, many festivals carry spiritual depth. They give us space to reflect, pray, realign, and reconnect with ourselves.
Which brings us to the heart of it. Festivals aren't just dates on a calendar. They're pauses life gives us to slow down, look around, reconnect, and remember what actually matters. They remind us that we belong to something much bigger, a culture, a community, and a story that's still unfolding.
In a world that rushes, December whispers, slow down. In a world that forgets, Christmas remembers, reach out. For every person carrying silence, bring conversation. For every heart carrying winter, bring warmth. And for every life carrying darkness, be the light they never saw coming.
Merry Christmas to the human spirit.
I promised the violin, so here's a gentle phrase from Jingle Bells, just enough to remind your heart that winter has its own melody.
Beautiful. It felt like a snowflake decided to sing. I am sure all of us enjoyed that lovely melody.
one of the most iconic Christmas tunes. So delicate, so atmospheric, and honestly, perfect for the season.
Today, Christmas means different things. Some spend it with family, some with friends, some in quiet reflection with their own peaceful thoughts.
And honestly, that's okay. There is no correct Christmas, only the one that feels right to your heart.
It might be a grand dinner or instant noodles at 11 pm. Either way, the spirit stays the same: joy, laughter, and caring for all.
Because Christmas is less about where you are and more about who you choose to be. Let that be friends and family, and don't forget sweets and treats.
And who we choose to be in a world that often forgets tenderness matters more than ever. If Christmas teaches us anything, it's this: the smallest act of goodness can rewrite someone's entire day, maybe even their life.
So this Christmas, call someone you've been meaning to, even if it's just for a small, heartfelt conversation. Write a message, send a letter, share a smile, even if it's a tiny one that brightens a moment.
Volunteer if you can. Share food, share laughter, donate.
And don't forget to share quiet moments with yourself, listening to soulful tunes.
Dance, light a candle, and try to create warmth.
And remember, festivals don't change the world, people do. People who choose compassion over convenience. People who choose hope over cynicism. People like you. From all of us here at All India Radio, I'm Srinidhi with Ela, Madhav, Unnati, Anya and Smriti from National Public School, Rajajinagar. I hope you all enjoyed our wonderful radio show.
Wishing you a warm, peaceful, beautiful Christmas.
May your December be gentle, may your heart be light, and may your life always carry a little more Christmas.